Hello from Seoul. We've done so many kinds of soups or stews on this channel, and I know you think they're all great. Yeah, I know it. But today, we're making the king of Korean stews. Today, we're gonna be making Doenjang Jjigae, but it's not just ordinary soybean paste stew. We're gonna make Doenjang Jjigae, which is a superstar in Doenjang Jjigae world. When the fat from the beef brisket meets our lovely soybean paste, they create an amazing flavor. So if you don't wanna live with regret, please give this a try. You won't regret it. For this, you will need some chadorbagi, Korean radish, potato, zucchini, onion, mushroom, green onion, tofu, chilies, and garlic. What? It requires a lot of ingredients, so you're kind of overwhelmed? Don't worry about it. As long as you have beef brisket, potato, onion, and green onion, you can still make it. But what you want is another level of deliciousness, right? Then go to the supermarket and try to get all of them. Trust me, once you try, you will never ever order Doenjang Jjigae from restaurants because yours will be more delicious. Alright, before we prep our vegetables, let's talk about this chadorbagi first. As you can see, it's thinly sliced beef brisket. But unless you go to a Korean supermarket, it can be a little difficult to get this one. But don't worry about it. You can just use other cuts of beef and cut it into bite-sized pieces. But remember, the fat from the meat will take it to the next level. Now let's prep our vegetables. First, cut 60 grams of Korean radish into nice bite-sized pieces. Radish takes a while to cook, so if you cut it into thin slices like this, that will cut down your cooking time. Here, some of you might say, Aaron, I can't get that Korean radish. What should I do? Then just go with potatoes. Of course, you have to sacrifice the refreshing flavor, but the starch from the potato will still make it delicious. And then the same thing goes for the potato. I'm gonna use half of a Yukon Gold potato. What? You can't get a potato? Well, it sounds impossible, but let's say you can't. Then just simply replace it with Korean radish. Problem solved, right? Now take a zucchini and cut it into large chunks because when it goes into the stew, it quickly loses its beautiful color and texture. So I recommend cutting that into nice big chunks. Once that's done, cut half an onion into nice bite-sized pieces. The soybean paste is a little bit bitter in itself, but the natural sweetness of the onion will balance out the flavor. So if you skip it, you may miss out on the chance to have the best Doenjang Jjigae. So please do not skip it. You wanna know what else we shouldn't miss out on? It's today's sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. I'm pretty sure many of you already know this fantastic game because it's played by over 80 million players across the world. I think that's because it's so much fun to play with its endless content. Also, Raid has over 650 unique champions, and that means you can experience a super detailed and tactical RPG battle system with incredible graphics. Raid premiered a limited series called Raid Call of the Arbiter. What? You haven't watched it? Oh my god, I can't believe it. The series is off to a great start with over 12 million views and thousands of positive comments. People are loving it, so be sure to check it out. Also, to celebrate this, Raid's adding some of the new characters from the series as champions in-game, which means you can play this super cool orc warlord, Artab. You know what's even cooler? It's gonna be available to everyone for free. All you have to do is just log into Raid for 7 days between now and July 24th. If you haven't started playing yet, then what are you waiting for? Use my link in the description or scan my QR code to get insane bonuses. We're talking on Epic Champion Drake and other useful things to get started. I'll see you guys on the battlefield. Thank you for sponsoring this video, Raid Shadow Legends. This time, cut 2 shiitake mushrooms into bite-sized pieces. Besides this shiitake, you could also use other mushrooms, but we normally don't use white button mushrooms in Doenjang Jjigae, so accept that bad boy, try it in many different ways. Oyster, king oyster, gnocchi, everything will be fantastic. Now it's time for our love, green onion. Today, we're not gonna infuse our oil with green onion. We're just gonna dump this guy into a pot and bring it to a boil, so you can just roughly chop them. And then get yourself some foam tofu and cut it into cubes. Depending on your preference, you can go bigger or smaller, but today I'm gonna cut that into nice little cubes. This time, thinly slice one spicy green chili. Beef brisket has a lot of fat, so it could make the broth a little bit greasy. But the spicy kick from this chili will cut a lot of the greasy feeling and make it more addictive and delicious. And then slice some red chili for garnish. This is mainly for color, so unless you're cooking it for your date night dinner, you can totally skip it. No problem at all. Lastly, take 2 cloves of garlic and finely chop them. Alright, before we start cooking, let's make our soup stock. When I say soup stock, many of you may think chicken stock or beef stock, but we're gonna use this stuff right here. It's the water that you get from rinsing the rice, and we normally use the third wash for our soup or stew because it really helps thicken the stew. Here, some of you might say, Aaron, I'm not gonna eat rice, so I can't get it. Come on, Korean soup or stew is not an appetizer. It's more like a main dish that you enjoy with rice. So make sure you cook rice and save some for your stew. Alright, everything is all set. Let's get cooking. In a wok or pot, add half a teaspoon of oil and heat it over medium-high heat. Once it's heated, add 120 grams of beef brisket and cook for 1 to 2 minutes. Once the beef is cooked and you've got enough fat, add 4 cups of rice water, radish, potato, and chopped garlic. Keep adding 6 tablespoons of doenjang, Korean soybean paste, 1 tablespoon of Korean chili pepper flakes, half a tablespoon of dashida, Korean beef stock powder, and bring it to a boil. Here, make sure you give it a good stir so that all the doenjang is melted into the broth. Alright, it's been 10 minutes. Let's add our zucchini, onion, shiitake mushrooms, and let it continue to boil for about 7 to 10 minutes. I know it sounds like a long time to cook, especially during hot summer, but trust me, it'll be worth it in the end. Now some people might ask, Aaron, are you sure we don't need to put any salt or soy sauce? Good question. For doenjang jjigae, we don't need any seasoning but doenjang. Don't worry about it. Our superhero doenjang will give you the salty, savory, umami flavor that you're looking for. So if it's a little bland, add more doenjang, and if it's a little too salty, add more water. That's it. So simple, right? Once it tastes perfect to you, throw in our green onions, tofu, chilies, and boil for 2 more minutes. Alright, it's ready to go. Let's plate this up. Just like any other Korean stew, I'm gonna serve it in a tukbaegi. What? No tukbaegi in your house? That's okay. You can just serve it in a bowl or add it to a smaller pot. Now all we have left is bring it to a boil one more time and garnish it with some more chilies. Since it's so hot and bubbling, it looks super appetizing, right? Alright, let's call our taste tester. Claire?
Wow, Doenjang Jjigae? Oh my god, this is my all-time favorite comfort food. My mom used to make this almost every day with love. So let's see how much love Aaron put in here. Let's give it a try. Still bubbling. Looks super appetizing. 일단 국물 먼저. Cheers. I'm not ready yet. It's super hot. Oh, oh my god. I didn't know Aaron loves me this much. 맛있다. 엄청 진하네. 이제 좀 본격적으로 팍팍팍팍 먹어볼게 일단. 말은 아끼고. Nice and hearty. So good. It's insanely good. 왜 그냥 물에 된장이랑 마늘만 넣고 끓여도 맛있다고 하잖아. 근데 거기에다가 차돌박이에서 오는 약간 그 고기의 향과 고춧가루에서 오는 약간의 그 칼칼함이 만나서 너무 맛있어. So good. It's so nice and comforting. 하루 끝나고 이거 먹으면 진짜 힘들었던 하루가 싹 그냥 뭐 잊혀질 것 같아. 그냥 보상받는 그런 느낌? Wow. Still super hot. But this is the vibe. 평상시 때는 우리가 잘 차돌박이를 넣어서 많이 안 끓여 먹잖아. 그래서 그런지 더 특별하게 느껴지면서 맛있는 것 같아. 방심하면 안 돼. 계속 불어서 먹어야 돼. 나는 된장찌개는 이렇게 재료가 푸짐해야 맛있다고 생각을 하는데 그런 의미에서 고깃집에서 먹는 된장찌개랑은 차원이 달라. 와, 한 1000배? 더 맛있어. Surprisingly, there's no specialized 된장찌개 restaurant in Korea, and I think it's because everybody has their own unique 된장찌개 recipe, and I think they think theirs is the best. As you guys know, I'm not good at cooking, but this 된장찌개 is really hard to mess up. Even I never fail. So don't be afraid and give this a try. You're gonna love it. Enjoy!
Today, I showed you how to make 차돌 된장찌개, one of the greatest Korean foods of all time. I think soybean paste is literally an umami bomb. So if you make a stew with this, it's hard not to be tasty. Even if you don't have 1 or 2 ingredients, don't worry about it. Doenjang will take care of everything. So please give this a try. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be your new favorite stew. Alright, this is it for today, and I'll see you next time.